Hello everyone, welcome to this YouTube channel called Be Unique. How are you doing? Let me trust that you are doing well. Today we are going to talk about an essential thing, peace. Everyone knows us need peace. All of us in the world, we need peace. There are some people say, even if you have all things you desire on this earth without peace, you cannot enjoy it. But if you have peace, you can enjoy everything you have, even if there are few, according to how people see. So all of us need peace. In previous day, we used to hear wars and unpeaceful places, but we knew that those things belongs to Africa. But now, in every part of the world, there is a war. There is wars. For example, in Europe, there is Ukraine and Russia. In Asia, there is uh, Israel and those different labors there, like Hezbollah and Hamas. Here in Africa, we used to meet wars. There is a war in Sudan. There is a war in DRC. There is a war in different wars from terrorists in western part of the Africa. They are in Mali. They are in Niger. They are in Burkina Faso. So every part of the world, there is a war. But we need peace. How peace will come on the earth? What you should know is this one. The peace will come. But we don't know when, but will come. How does peace will come? Who will bring peace here on the earth? Are we people? Or there is another one who will bring the earth here on the world? Here on the earth. So let us use Bible. Maybe we'll find the solution for peace here on the earth. We are going to use Bible. Let us examine 5 things and we will maybe find the solution of this problem. The first thing, you may open your Bible in Psalm 46 verse 9. Psalm 46 verse 9. He's bringing an end to wars throughout the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. This verse says, God will make wars to seize to the extremity of the earth. What does it mean? If he will make wars to seize to the extremity of the world, the earth, of course, the peace will take over. If there is no war, it means there is a peace. So God is the only one who will bring peace on the earth here. By making wars to seize to the extremity of the world. That's the first way to bring the peace on the earth. The second thing, as the way to bring peace here on the earth, we can find it in Daniel chapter 7 verse 14. Daniel chapter 7, verse 14. And to him there was a given rulership, honor, and kingdom, that the people, nations, and language groups should all serve him. His rulership is an everlasting rulership that will not pass away, and his kingdom will not be destroyed. After making wars to cease to the extremity of the earth, what the second one? In order to execute that first thing above, he will use kingdom, God's kingdom. The God's kingdom will rule from heaven over the entire earth. So, as a world government, it will eliminate nationalism, which is at the root of many conflicts. Here, me, I have my country, you have your country. So every one of us is fighting his country's benefits. That's the starting point of conflict. But before the God's kingdom, this will not be longer. This will not be longer. So the God's kingdom will rule from heaven over the entire earth. So they will know there be boundaries in order to remove the root of conflict. The third one, God will do this. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6 to 7. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. For a child has been born to us, a son has been given to us, and the rulership will rest on his shoulder. His name will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Eternal Father, Prince of Peace. To the increase of his rulership and to peace, there will be no end. On the throne of David and on his kingdom, in order to establish it firmly and to sustain it through justice and righteousness, from now on and forever. The zeal of Jehovah of armies will do this. Here, after establishing the kingdom, God also established a ruler of God's kingdom, who is called Jesus. How does Jesus is called? Here on verse, at the end of the verse 6, Jesus is called a Prince of Peace. Because the ruler of God's kingdom is called Prince of Peace, he will ensure that to peace there will be no end. So that is another way to bring peace on earth. The fourth one, as the way to bring peace on the earth here, we can see it in Proverbs chapter 2, verse 22. So, no, Proverbs chapter 2, verse 22. As for the wicked, there will be cut off sorry, let me start again. As for the wicked, they will be cut off from the earth, and the treacherous will be torn away from it. The fourth way to bring peace here on the earth is this one. People determined to keep fighting will not be allowed to live under the kingdom. It means God will remove all those people. And in Psalm 11 verse 5, and those who are loving violence also will be no longer be there. Will no longer be there. So that is the fourth way. The fourth way means this one. If there is no people who are determined to keep fighting, how fighting will be? There is no fight because those who are involved in fighting, they are not there. So, by removing those who are determined to keep fighting, the peace will take over. The fifth one as the way to bring peace here on the earth. You may open your Bible in Isaiah chapter 2, verse 3 to 4. Isaiah chapter 2, verse 3 to 4. Chapter 2, verse 3 to 4. And many peoples will go and say, Come, let us go up to the mountain of Jehovah, to the house of God of Jacob. He will instruct us about his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For lo, we go out of Zion, and the word of Jehovah out of Jerusalem. He will render judgment among the nations, and set matters straight respecting many peoples. They will beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into planning shears. Nation will not lift up sword against nation, nor will they learn war anymore. How these are being executed today. God teaches his subject how to live in peace, describing the result of this instruction. Bible and verse we have already read. They will have to beat their swords into plowshares, and their plowshares and their spears into planning shears. Nation will not lift up sword against nation, neither will they learn war anymore. So they have already started to teach the people to start being in peace with others. So there will be no problem there because they have been already trained how to be in peace. That's another way to bring peace here in the world. So that's how peace will come on the world. Remember, God will make wars to seize the extremity of the earth as the first way. The second way, he has set a kingdom will rule from heaven. So he will eliminate nationalism as the root of many conflicts. The third one, he established also, he set Jesus as the Lord of peace. The fourth one is to remove those people who are keep fighting, who are determined to keep fighting. And the fifth one, he has started to train people how to live in the peace with others. That is how peace will come on the earth. Peace on the earth will come not by human efforts, but by means of God's kingdom. So, thank you so much for your kind. Keep being blessed.